Fight back. Come on, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Here we go!
This is a series everybody wanted to see. I thought it was going to be an epic series. Game 1 definitely did not disappoint.
Shea said he has the answer to the test. This will be one of the biggest tests he's seen this playoffs.
Game 2 of the West Finals underway. Gilgeous Alexander works for space. Getting going early. SGA, a couple of field goals.
Let his castle driving.
Oh my goodness! Wemby to the basket. We are trading punches.
They will not go away.
Gilgeous Alexander around Castle.
SGA is so direct right now.
Gilgeous Alexander on the attack. Pulls back.
Everybody calm down. The MVP is here.
We got a good one. We haven't had a West Finals that's tied at 1 game apiece in 8 years. It was the Warriors and Rockets. Yeah, they were all knotted up at 1. That was back in 2018.
Shum says calm down.
Well, it's sort of an
right?
epic series. The Warriors won that one in 7 games. So if we can get 7 games of Spurs Thunder, all of us would sign up for that, right?
Absolutely.
I would think so, right? So let's just take a look here how we got here. The Spurs successfully slowed down SGA. They threw double teams at him in game 1. Of course, he responded with 30 points on 50% shooting the next time out. He passed Russell Westbrook for the second most 30-point games in playoff franchise history. And Wemby, he's dominated so far. He's the first player to average 30 points, 20 rebounds over a 2-game span in the conference finals since Kareem did it in 1974. But 3 key players, they are questionable for tonight's game 3. The Thunder's Jalen Williams, hamstring soreness, and then a pair of Spurs guards. Dylan Harper, he's dealing with adductor soreness. De'Aaron Fox is dealing with an ankle sprain. So we now welcome in our friends, Ban McMahon, Tim McMahon, and Michael C. Wright, both joining us from the Frostbank Center in San Antonio. So let's start with the reigning champs here. What is the latest, Tim, on Jalen Williams?
Howdy, Malik. As you said, he's listed as questionable, despite the fact that this is the same hamstring that he strained in the second game of the first round of the playoffs. He missed 6 games after that. Now, they are calling this tightness, not a strain, but I'll be honest with you. I talked to a lot of people around the league, and I can't find anybody who wouldn't be surprised if Jalen Williams is able to turn around tonight and play in this game. That, if he's not able to play, look, they are accustomed to playing without him, unfortunately, this year. They are 45-10 without him, though, including 6-0 in the playoffs. It does impact their lineup flexibility. But one thing they did in Game 2 as a response is they went bigger. They stuck with Isaiah Hartenstein. They had him as the primary defender instead of rotating wings, including Jalen Williams, Victor Wembanyama. And look, he didn't shut him down, but the paint points dropped from 26 to 10. The free throw attempts dropped from 13 to 3. And so, this team is built to play a lot of different ways with or without Jalen Williams.
Yeah, and certainly they were successful for much of this regular season. That's the OKC side of these injuries. On the Spurs side, Michael, they're dealing with some as well. So we've got De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper. Both of them are questionable here. What's the plan for them?
Well, let's start with De'Aaron Fox. I did see him at shoot-around this morning. He participated, but he's officially listed as questionable. You have to realize that he hurt that ankle originally in Game 4 of the Western Conference semis, and he played Games 5 and 6, and it just got progressively worse, so they had to hold him out the first 2 games. He'll go through his normal pregame warm-up, and they'll make a decision based off that. And then Dylan Harper, same situation. He's got that adductor, but he will go through his pregame warm-ups, and they'll make a decision closer to tip-off. Now, I can say that Dylan is going to be one of the first guys out for pregame warm-up. So we should know pretty soon here. And Dylan is really important for the Spurs, obviously, because they've been outscored in bench scoring 107-41 throughout this series. So Harper is big for the bench unit for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be huge. And obviously you want to at least have one of those 2 guys to be able to go to help with their ball handling responsibility as well. I'm seeing the shirts behind both of you. This is the first home game for San Antonio this series. Michael, what kind of atmosphere are you expecting tonight?
Well, Malika, you got to understand, this team has not hosted a conference final here in this building since 2017, so it's going to be wild. Obviously you got the Fiesta-themed shirts, but if you are a motorist driving around town, don't get mad when people honk at you, because in San Antonio, that is tradition when the San Antonio Spurs are rolling. Now, they're going to have that fan section, the Jackals, that Victor Wembanyama hand-selected. He put them all through auditions one by one, chose every one of them. He even helps them with their chants. He goes to their practices and everything. So they'll have that thing rolling tonight with a lot of chants. Matter of fact, the Jackals even made a couple of friendship bracelets that they gave to me to give to Tim McMahon, give him one, but I didn't give it to him because he ain't got no friends.
I was going to say friendship bracelets for Tim McMahon. Appreciate you, Michael C. Wright. We'll take one for Perk instead. Enjoy tonight's game. Why is tonight's game so pivotal, though, guys? Game 3, the winner of the best-of-7 series tied at 1. They go on to win the series 73% of the time. Friendship bracelets are not. So this series, it's already gotten very physical. Here's Julian Champagny on how the Spurs plan to help Victor tonight.
Hit back. Honestly, hit back. The guys hit him. They pull him, they grab his jersey, they're grabbing his arm when he's jumping. Obviously that's not basketball. That's just a physicality thing. That's up to the refs to deal with, not us. But I think as a team, how we can help them is hit them back. Honestly and truly, do the same things that they're doing to us to them. I'm kind of match the level of physicality and then just see how that goes.
We are going to hit back. Perk, what do you want to see from the Spurs tonight?
We focus so much on offense that we forget that defense wins you championships. Defense wins you championships. The Spurs are trying to win a championship. They have a legit chance at winning a championship. And there's only one player in the basketball world, in the NBA, that could dominate and still look like the best player in the world on defense, and that's Wemby. We highlighted how Isaiah Hartenstein made it tough on him offensively, but we also highlighted yesterday on this show about the Perk Gortat screen, right? I want to see Wemby have one of those performances defensively where I'm like, what the hell did I just watch? Like one of those ones where it's like you're making it so tough that it's like, man, OKC can't score, because when he's having that type of impact, all of a sudden we start to see that lead go from 2 points to 10 points to 15 points to 20 points. The offense is going to come. He's too gifted. He has too much to offer. Defensively, I want him to have that impact where we look at the television tonight and say that's the best player in the world solely off of the defensive end.
Without a doubt, I have to second that. But it can't be him trying to make plays the way he did in Game 2. They're just not going to let it happen. Wemby, what you're going to have to do is when you do feel that forearm, how are you going to swim and get up out of there? It's coming. It's going to hurt. It's going to bruise. Don't flinch. For real, though. Don't flinch. Take that on. You see this? You looking back, looking at him. You know who's doing that. You know what's going on. You can't let it distract you. It got to be, let me dislodge, get him up off me. I have to get to the action, because that's what they need. They need that second line. They need you to make sure that you're making it a preventative effort to say, hey, we not attacking in there. I don't want none of that. That's what they was doing Game 1. Game 2, they like, oh, you got him at bay? Let me get to my pull-up. They were shooting floaters. I ain't seen a regular floater around Wemby in so long, but they kept him out of action. So, Wemby, if you could take on that challenge, if you could make sure that they don't put any holes in your game, you could go from rebounds to running to setting the ball screen. You can't mosey up there. You got to sprint, get through that contact, set an actual ball screen.
If there's one player that I'm not worried about, is Victor Wembanyama. I expect him to have Wilt numbers. He's a modern-day Wilt. He's going to get 20 and 30. But the other issue that they have as a team, and one person in particular, Stephon Castle, is the turnovers. They got to find ways to limit turnovers. He is the key. We don't know if De'Aaron Fox is going to play. We don't know if Dylan Harper is going to play. A lot of the onus is on you. If you take care of the ball, y'all win the game. They're averaging 21 turnovers a game as a team, and he's averaging 10 himself. So half of them. If he just turns the ball like half as less, or just like only 2 or 3 a game, you're okay. You're great. Just shave it down.
They're asking a ton, and not to make excuses, but they're asking a ton of Castle, because on one hand you're handling the ball, you have the ball handling responsibilities, and on the other hand you're guarding Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is a ton to put on Stephon Castle.
And I'll answer for you, Stephon Castle. You want the assignment.
Yeah,
he want it. Yeah, it's a whole lot of responsibility.
You gotta help him out.
Here you go. Here you go. You want it? Here you go.
Gotta help him out. We're helping Victor. They got to help Castle out. I
great.
find these reports of these guys being questionable. Okay. I just don't think that you can see that. I think they're going to have to find other guys. Devin
So
Vassell,
is Victor going to be doing more of the ball
Keldon
handling?
Johnson. No, I think you got to have your.
That's what I said, Keldon, too.
They got to find just a few possessions at a time, because the Thunder are trying every second. They're trying to take the ball from you. It's exhausting. You got to give them a little bit of a release.
So if you're Shai, quickly to hit on the other side of this, what do you want to see from him?
Well, I think Shai has really done a great job in Game 2 of navigating the double teams. There's more coming. They've double teamed him 53 times in 2 games. you know there's another 20 or 30 coming tonight.
Oh, yeah.
He did a good job of not accepting them, finding space. He does that again tonight, get his efficiency back up. Going to be all right.
He got to get out in transition. Again, I thought a lot of his buckets, he was getting out in transition and he was able to get to his spots, but that means they got to stay true to their identity. Right? We talk about Stephon Castle not turning the ball over, but OKC is great at forcing turnovers.
Without a doubt.
Like, we're going to turn you over. We ain't letting you make the decision. We're making the decision for you.
The biggest thing OKC do, when they switch, they don't switch because they trying to get off or whatever they match up. They switch to steal.
Yeah.
They switch to get an advantage. They like, no, we switching to jump on your right hand. We are switching. We are trapping right here to get the ball out of your hands right now. It's aggressive.
They've done that so successfully, especially with Steph Castle these first 2 games. Let's stick with this game. It's time for Heat Check. It's brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Danny, you want to start us off here?
Yeah, of course. I'm going with the Mark Chamberlain. That's Victor Wembanyama. Points, rebounds, assists, 44 over 44 plus. I think he's going to have another 30-point night, at least 17 rebounds, and he's probably get some assists too, especially with the guys being down.
Hey, give me Keldon Johnson for 12 plus, man. He ain't been doing much. He's been trying to stay within the realms of what he's supposed to do as a player in that role, but he is 6th man of the year. Come on now.
There you go.
I'm going with SGA, 30-piece, all flats, habanero style. Yeah, they're going to have it. We don't know if J-Dub is going to be out there. Can't trust Chet. He's going to be aggressive. It may be 30 on 36 shots, but you best believe he's going to get that 30.
So to recap here, that's a plus 625 parlay. So a $10 bet, it wins you $62.50 here. On DraftKings Sportsbook, all customers